Students, today we will discuss about typical plant cell. It is a diagram of a typical plant cell. You see, just in the previous class we have already discussed about the basic structure of a cell, and we have already discussed that at the outer side of the cell there is a membrane which is known as cell membrane or plasma membrane. But in case of plant cells, you see at the outer side there is another layer, means the outer part of the cell membrane there is an extra layer is present, and this outermost layer is called cell wall, which is not present in the animal cell. Only the cell wall, which is the outermost layer, present in the plant cell. Actually this cell wall is made up of cellulose. Okay, so cell wall is made up of cellulose. Actually this cell wall is very hard or rigid layer, tough and rigid layer. So what is its function? As we see that it is the outermost layer, so it protects the inner part of the cell from outer any kind of injury. It is its number one function. Number two is the many food particles or carbon dioxide, oxygen can also pass through this cell wall. Why? Because cell wall is porous. So it also helps in the transporting of food materials, different gaseous for respiration throughout the cell. They mainly pass through this cell wall, which is porous in nature. Second one is you see at the center of the cell within the cytoplasm there is a sac-like structure present. This one, a sac-like structure present. Actually this is the central vacuole. See, this is the central vacuole. This is a empty space or a large cavity like structure, and mainly it is filled with a water, fluid, a juicy fluid which is called cell sap. So within the cytoplasm of a plant cell, in the mid portion there is a large sac like empty space is present, which is called central vacuole, and it is filled with cell sap. Actually this central vacuole pushes the cytoplasm along the outer side, means outwardly it pushes the cytoplasm along with other organelles which are present in the cytoplasm. Just the central vacuole outwardly, means this direction, in this direction it pushes the cytoplasm along with the other organelles which are present in it. So this is the central vacuole. And another one is you see there are some colored structures are present. What is this? These are the plastids. Actually plastids are colored cell organelles. For example, it is green in color and it is called chloroplast. Within the chloroplast we know that chlorophyll present, and this chlorophyll is required for the photosynthesis process of plants. Beside this, in the previous structure we have already discussed about the Golgi apparatus which is also present. Mitochondrion, see this is a mitochondrion which is the powerhouse of the cell, also present. This one is the lysosome. Lysosome is also present. Endoplasmic reticulum, nucleus. These are common in both plant cell and animal cell, but plastid and central vacuole, it's not present in the animal cell, and the outer cell wall also. These are only found in the plant cell. And this is the diagram of animal cell. Outer flagella present, and in the animal cell the outermost layer is called cell membrane, which is very thin, flexible, not the cell wall. In case of animal cell, cell wall is absent. Cell wall present only in the plant cell. See, the outermost layer is the cell membrane, nucleus, Golgi apparatus, lysosome, mitochondria, microtubules, ribosomes. These are present in the animal cell, and the detailed description of these each and every cell organelle is we have already explained in the previous class. So you just have to practice the typical diagram of a typical plant cell and animal cell, both you have to practice. Now what are the difference between plant cell and animal cell? Plant cell means, in case of plant cell we have seen that cell wall present. See here, not cell wall. Means animal cell, in case of animal cell the cell wall is absent. Plant cell also contain chloroplast or plastid within the cytoplasm. In case of animal cell this is absent. And third one is the large central vacuole also present in plant cell, which is absent in the animal cell. So these are the difference between plant cell and animal cell. Now the term is tissue. What is tissue? Actually tissue is the aggregation of similar cells. It means when similar cells or group of similar cells are called tissues. Means similar cells when aggregate with each other they form the tissue. Suppose blood is a tissue because it contains more than one type of cells: RBC, WBC, platelets. These are the cells or blood cells which are present within the blood. So tissue means aggregation of similar cells. Another example, suppose fruits, leaf, stem, they all have a outermost thin layer. The outermost layer of fruit means the peel of the fruits, or the outermost layer of leaf or stem. What they do actually, they protect the inner side. Means they are the outermost part. They protect the inner layers, and this is called epidermis. The outermost layer is called epidermis. In case of fruit, leaf, stem, the outermost layer is called epidermis. Epidermis is a tissue. Why tissue? Because it is made up of more than one cells. So when group of cells are present, they form the tissue. When we just take a potato peel or any other peel of other vegetables or other fruits, then you can see in the microscope that the peel contains some small cells which are arranged end to end and form this thin layer. Okay, so number of cells or a group of cells constitute with each other and form the tissue. There is a sequential chain. Cell means the blocks or units of living organism. When number of cells aggregate with each other, they form tissue. When a number of tissue aggregate with each other, they form an organ. And different types of organ constitute together and perform a particular function. Then it is called system. And so many system aggregate and form a living organism. So units of the body, a unit of the living organism is called cell. Aggregation of cell is tissue. Aggregation of tissue is organ. Aggregation of organ for a particular function make a system, and all the systems aggregate and form a living organism. Okay, So this is the sequential chain. You have to memorize this. So now the chapter is complete. So today we only discuss about the typical plant cell structure, typical animal structure, the basic difference between these two types of cells, and what is tissue, and how cell, tissue, organ, system and organism are related with each other. So just follow this explanation and write the inside questions that I will give. Okay. Thank you.